Little play action now. Talaferri under duress. Slings it downfield. Look out here. Brian Porter. The Porterhouse.
Look at Busso get the edge. Stepping away from tacklers.
Nate Fairley crosses the 20. One man to beat. Forget about it.
Martin, pocket collapsing. And he's going to be picked off. And there's a clear path to the end zone.
And Gilardi is going to take a shot deep down the field.
Right up the middle. And no one's going to touch him.
Achilles tooth is loose.
Bailey tripped up. Bailey extends the football.
Tien fakes, keeps, trying to get the edge.
He's going to try to outrun the defense, and he's brought down.
He's got it. He's going to let it go. And what a diving play.
Giles going deep down the field, and it's picked off.
Little floater's going to be caught. Look at that block on Walton.
They go to Teray. Teray turns it inside. Super Football Conference Network presents this SFC night where you find out the schedule. Brought to you by Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day. Alliance Performance. Powered by Parisi. Train like a pro. Apple Green. Enjoy your journey. And by Lucan Center. Optimal performance starts with your mental health. It is a live look at the House of Q, and it is a house of New Jersey football coaches from the 111-team Super Football Conference. The House of Q is a-rockin' because on this night, these football coaches are going to find out who they are going to play. Well, good to see everybody. Jimmy Cavallo, our entire Super Football Conference gang, and welcome to the 2026 schedule reveal show for high school football in the Super Football Conference. On this night, we will reveal all 111 schedules for high school football. And when you think about football, it's of course the games, right? It's of course all the games. But it's the process, right? I mean, the process for most schools started January 5th. You know it, I know it, we all know it. But the real process now starts tonight, because after tonight, you know who you're going to play. You know the who, you know the when, and you know the where, the three components that make up your schedule. So, of course, when you think about high school football 2026, you always have to reflect a little bit on 2025. So many great seasons for Super Football Conference teams, so many fantastic finishes. But in the end, really, one team that stood above all, man, let's take it back on the beginning of this show to where it all ended, MetLife, on a fantastic Friday night.
And for Augie Hoffman's side, who endured utter and epic heartbreak in the state semifinals in overtime a season ago, it's all worth it here as they'll take the kneel down. Augie Hoffman will get the Gatorade bath, and St. Joe's will win state title number 20 under the bright lights at MetLife Stadium. What a way to finish off the 2025 season for SJR.
The voices of championships, Danny Long right there on the call. What a moment for Augie Hoffman. He wins his first title since 2018. He beat Bergen 13-0. And then that dramatic game. And of course, now he turns his attention to 2026 and his schedule. And look who's here, but the czar of schedule making, Danny Bavino. Of course, Danny, your day job is the great athletic director at Westwood High School. But now the Super Football Conference in its 11th year. The schedule is made in 2-year cycles. No schedule in the Super Football Conference has ever been made by anybody other than Dan Bavino. And Danny, welcome to the House of Q, bro.
Thanks for having me, Jim. Look forward to a great night. As always, I always joke, but in all sincerity, probably should have some riot gear on me. There's, always people with different opinions at the end of the night. No, it should be a great night. I'm excited about this year. Some new matchups, games we haven't seen, some great requests by the coaches, some games we arranged that are great. It just should be a great night.
Life will always have sort of times no matter what profession you're in. If you're a lawyer, you're studying for the bar. Finance guys, and girls, the Series 7, where you got to dive in, put yourself in a bunker, and just pour through all the numbers. And when you think about making a schedule for 111 teams, we'll give you a little look into Danny's war room at that office and, the process. Is this a dictatorship? It's all you? Or is it a democracy? Are you fielding requests? Is there any dialogue that goes into this?
So I'll be honest, there's more dialogue than any other sport. I mean, all the coaches might feel different. I think they'd all want to handpick their 8 or 9 games, but that would be a game of musical chairs with, 40 people playing and then only 2 chairs left where matchups wouldn't work. But basically, it all starts with the Ivy League, where teams make requests. That gets approved by the executive committee. Then we have to fill divisions from there as teams exit and re-enter from the Ivy. Once the divisions are filled, every coach is allowed to send in, we have a form they complete. It's called preferred crossover requests. And that's where they let us know, a trophy game that they have to play that's on their division, teams they want to play. And then it's our job to sit and try to craft fair schedules. And when we say fair, that doesn't mean there's not a game or two you look at and like, I'm an underdog. That's everybody looks up at the game or two they don't like. They don't look at 5 of the teams on their schedule are annoyed they have to play them. So I'll say this to put a rubber stamp on it. Every team in this league has a chance to win 5 games and make the playoffs. It's what you do between now and then. Go out and do it.
Danny, I mean, you say it to me a lot in this process. You don't always get everything on your Christmas list. Football is a game of emotion. Coaches are emotional. How ugly does it get for you? I mean, there's no way you're making everybody happy. I mean,
so I get to people in advance. They're trying to campaign or politic, and they just get lip service because at the end of the day, this is done with integrity. This is done with creating a fair and balanced schedule. Like I said, a couple games up, a couple games down, and a few toss-ups. So at the end of the day, people have complaints, and they'll all know that I don't dodge any phone calls. I take them all and listen. Because like anything else, I'm always trying to get better and do a better job in the next cycle.
It's a big night for us here. There's so many things on the docket. In a moment or two, we're going to reveal the 111 schedules. But then there's also some business at hand. In a second, we're going to talk about the Jim Grasso Classic. But there's also the Steve DiGregorio Super Football Conference Young Man of the Year. And every team has a representative that was honored at a game at their facility. Every one of those recipients will get a scholarship. And this is an award that the Super Football Conference loves.
Yeah, and I credit to Joe Pyro. This is his baby. He wanted to do this. But nights like tonight, our great partners and sponsors are what enable us to be able to give scholarships to all 111 schools. So we're looking forward to touching on that again later tonight.
You told me last week that Jim Grasso, the late great Jim Grasso, outstanding representative of the North Jersey athletic community, was one of your mentors. And I don't think anything makes you happier than having a football tournament. Really just a collection of games in his honor. And it's going to kick off the season here. Northern Highlands High School, you got some Super Football Conference representation here. This is a great Thursday, Friday event.
Yeah, Jim was one of the founders of this league. In my honest opinion, it doesn't happen without him. We want to, kind of keep him on the forefront of things and carry on his legacy. So we are looking to do it every other year as the schedule cycle starts. We did a couple of them already. And we went out and talked to other leagues and tried to get some exciting games, which, I think we clearly have, that I know you'll touch on during the show.
So it'll kick off the Jim Grasso Classic August 27th and 28th. And Danny, before I let you go, the Super Football Conference Network launched last year. Of course, we did upwards of 40 games. There was the podcast. It was a lot of fun. And if somebody thought the next athletic event they were going to see was going to be football, they're wrong, because Alliance Performance said, let's do some wrestling, and this starts tomorrow night.
Yeah, you got a nice slate there, Jim.
Paramus Catholic, Bergen Catholic. This is a top 15 matchup. PC number 7, Bergen Catholic number 6. How about a nationally ranked matchup? Faith Christian Academy is number 2 in America. Del Parton is number 7. Delbarton, number 1 in New Jersey. Blair Academy is number 3. St. Peter's is 26th nationally, number 3 in New Jersey. And then on Saturday next week, St. Joe's, defending team champion in New Jersey, number 4 in New Jersey, number 19 in America, St. Joe's, Bergen Catholic, a little wrestling. It all starts tomorrow night. Danny, unbelievable job. Everybody thanks you. You put the time in. The schedule is set. All that's left is to see it. Dan Vivino, the matrix of the schedule. There he is. Take a quick break. The Super Football Conference schedule reveal show returns right after this.
Welcome. Come on in.
Looking for mental health services for you or your loved ones? We have a signature way to pair you up with a therapist that meets your specific needs. At the Lucan Center, we are driven by science and led by compassion.
Thank you.
Experience the Lucan difference at any of our 7 locations in northern Jersey. Log on to lucancenter.com or call us at 201-409-0393. At Lucan Center, get Lucan centered today.
When the game is on the line, you need a team that knows strength, recovery, and performance. At Alliance Orthopedics, we keep athletes moving, stronger, faster, and better every day. For every parent, for every athlete, Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day.
Prosperity is achieved one step at a time, with each success building on the last, transforming your money into something extraordinary. Whatever your goals, the team at Kearney Bank can help them take shape with products and services that help you master your money. Your first car, college tuition, a new home, even retirement. Let's make your dreams a reality together at Kearney Bank. Learn more today at kearneybank.com.
Woo-wee! Look at the Super Football Conference Network live at the House of Q. The Alliance Performance Super Football Conference schedule reveal show. Capacity crowd of football coaches as they have come to find out where they're going to be on the gridiron in 2026. All right, let's kick it off. To my left is Morris Knowles and head coach Brian Gallagher. To my right, the Macho Man, Joe Macho of Warren Hills High School. And gentlemen, hey, thanks for being here. Exciting night.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we'll start with you, Brian, out of the Liberty White. You know, when you go 4-6 as you did last year, you always are optimistic for the next year. When you think about a night where your schedule is going to be released, does that add a little something to the off-season workouts?
Yeah, for sure. Once it's concrete, you know who you're getting first. It certainly adds that level of, becomes a little bit more real for the guys.
Yeah, both you teams made the playoffs last year, Joe. And, last year 5-5, your season ended against Summit. But when you think about the schedule being released, does that help you with an instant message to the guys?
Oh, we can't wait. No matter who we got, no matter what we do, it's a dogfight every day, day in and day out. And that's what we're excited about. So, we always inspire about our philosophy. We show this fight. Our family inspires growth habits team. So no matter who it's going to be, next day up.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Brian. I started out the show by saying, football's all about the process, right? I mean, and we all know that process started January 5th, right? Monday when everybody came back. Does this help the process?
Yeah, for sure. I know our guys, I mentioned it to them, leaving the weight room today, and they were excited to find out tonight. I'm sure some of them are tuned in right now, and let's get it rolling.
Blue Street Country like in this too?
Ready to go.
All right. Well, listen, I don't know if you guys think it's a little coincidental that you didn't play last year, right? No. So Morris Knowles and Warren Hills didn't play last year. Do you think there's a reason why we brought you up together? What's your hunch?
I wondered if that might be the case, yeah.
We played a lot of teams together, though.
Well, listen, it's time. There's 111 schedules going to be revealed tonight. We're going to start with Morris Knowles. Their season ended against Northern Highlands, and they will kick it off in 2026. And oh yeah, there's Warren Hills on the schedule, baby. But it starts with Roxbury. Coach Gallagher, your first reaction when you see it?
Yeah, good to see a lot of the traditional rivalry games that we've had on there. Glad to keep Roxbury and Randolph despite them not being in our division anymore. Immaculata is certainly interesting.
Yeah, Immaculata non-public. I mean, what a way to end the season. Immaculata and on a road, and always a good Chatham team.
Yes, sir. Yep. Listen, nothing changed. Our division, the way it's been forever, you got to be buttoned up every week and ready to go.
Yeah, West Morris Central, that big number 12. That's always a big number for West Morris, it seems, right?
Yes, sir. Yep. They'll be ready. They'll be ready too.
And of course, you'll take on Warren Hills and Joe Macho, first and foremost. I mean, you're a Crusader, 2003 graduated Bergen Catholic. You played for the legendary Chief Fred Stengel. So I know fear is never part of the equation with competition. So you must be looking forward to seeing this. Your season ended with a 3-point loss against Summit. Warren Hills, let's see it, man. Where are they going to go? Joe Macho starts out against Voorhees, we just mentioned, Morris Knowles, but as you scroll down it, Joe, what's your impression?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a lot of things that we kind of expected a little bit. Our divisions changed quite a bit. We lost Montville, we lost Chatham due to their division change, and, to see some of these things move forward, it's good. It also helps with our numbers. Our program is skyrocketing with numbers right now, but as far as enrollment at the school, it makes sense. So we're excited to see everybody from top to bottom, and we look forward to playing Morris Knowles week 2.
Now, will you post the schedule, Joe, somewhere?
What's that?
Will you post the schedule pretty quickly tonight?
Oh, without a doubt. It's already done.
Well, gentlemen, I want to thank you for being here, coming down here to the Q. You guys kicked off the show. Brian Gallagher of Morris Knowles, and, of course, Joe Macho of Warren Hills. Gentlemen, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right. So this is how it works now. When we go to commercial here during this night, you're going to see the remaining schedules for the blue and white division. It'll start with Chatham, but then stay tuned because your schedule is coming if you're a part of the blue and white. Stick around as we go to break. More schedules. Super Football Conference schedule reveal returns after this. We start with Chatham.
Northern Highlands trying to make this a one-score game again. One receiver split out to the near side. Canning is the tailback. It'll be a pop pass over the middle, and they're in for a touchdown. Beautiful play design. It's Doyle flat on the reception on the pass from O'Callahan.
Welcome back to House of Q as we have the Super Football Conference 2026 schedule reveal show. We continue on the sights and sounds right there of the Highlanders of Northern Highlands. 8-3 season comes to an end, of course, 28-27 in Ramapo. More on that in a second. We're joined by their outstanding head coach, Dave Cord, along with the Highlanders skipper, West Milford's own Steve Maslanik. And gentlemen, thanks for being here. I mean, this is a pretty exciting night, right, Steve? I mean, when you think about, like, everything that goes into a football season. Now you can chart a course.
Absolutely. I mean, it's great to know, obviously, who you're playing and, get to work.
Dave, you always know that the Green Raiders are going to be in there somewhere. You don't have to fight with Ravino about that.
No. We always got them, and obviously being in league, it's always come down to the league the last couple of years, which has been exciting.
Yeah, and Coach, 9-2 last year for the Highlanders. League champ. I mean, you went 5-0 in the Super Football Conference. League champs. It's been a long time since you were league champs. How big of a number is that?
Last time we won the league was 2003, I believe. We had our first playoff game home playoff game since 2003. So it was an epic year for us.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Sure.
Pretty cool. And for the Highlanders, it was interesting last year, Dave. You guys started the football season last year. You went down to the beach, you took on Holy Spirit, a non-public, and really an impressive way to start the season. So it's always interesting when you put your schedule on the board.
Yeah, listen, we played, in the last cycle in the Super Football Conference, we played 22 games versus 22 playoff teams, 8 sectional champions. I try to make the schedule as challenging as I can, and week 0 is a fun time to go out there and see what the rest of the state has to offer.
When you got Calarco, everything feels good.
Yes.
Not anymore, but now you got Tucker Canning. He'll move into that role, so it's all good. But hey, let's rock and roll here. We're going to start with West Milford. Outstanding season, 9-1 into the big game against Old Tappan. Season comes to an end against Old Tappan. Where does it start in 2026 for West Milford? There it is. Woo, baby! Right out of the gate, High Point. What is your reaction there?
We're obviously our division changed. We're very excited in terms of where we are as a program, and we want to play the best. And I love it. If you want to be the best, you got to play the best. So love that schedule right now.
Does the Wayne Hills game jump out? What's the game that kind of jumps out to you?
Yeah, I would say probably Wayne Hills for sure as far as a crossover. They got a lot back, and they had a great year, and that'll be a big game for us for sure.
All right. Looking good for the Highlanders. What a year to follow up after the 9-2 league championship season. Northern Highlands, Liberty Red in the Super Football Conference, 8-3 a year ago. I mean, listen, an epic game against, Ramapo in the playoffs, survive and advance, go for 2, don't get it. Coach Coord, I know the tone of the season probably started a couple days after that, the tone for the next season. But now it's kind of here. It is 2026. Let's take a look at the Highlanders for Northern Highlands, Dave Coord. And Dave, first reaction when you see the schedule?
I mean, we knew we got Toms River. The league's really good, so our crossovers, Hackensack, Ridgewood, and Pascack Valley. But listen, we got, what jumps out to me, obviously, is the Ridgewood Ramapo bye week, Old Tappan in a row.
That's it. That's what we call the Bergen County Triangle.
Yeah. But listen, it's going to be fun. I have so much respect for all these coaches and all these programs. Listen, the best part about Super Football Conference to me is that, right? It's going to be a battle each Friday night, and you got to bring your A game.
Nah, you got to love it. It is the Highlanders for 2026. And Coach Coord, before I let you go, we mentioned the Jim Grasso. Great way to start the football season. You guys are going to host it, and when you got a great AD like Mike, I mean, these things are not easy to do, but you have a great facility. You open the doors, and away we go.
Yeah, we're excited. I really gave my kids 2 choices. We can go down to the Battle of the Beach, or play at home against Toms River, and they were excited about the challenge and be at home for one more game.
Toms River North, Class E championship program. Gentlemen, Dave Coord and Steve Meslanik, thank you for being here. Good luck to West Milford and Northern Highlands as we roll on. And as we roll on, the 8 remaining teams in the Liberty Golden Red, I think Montville is first. Come on back. All right.
when the game is on the line. You need a team who knows strength, recovery, and performance. At Alliance Orthopedics, we keep athletes moving. Stronger, faster, and better every day. For every parent, for every athlete, Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day.
On this night, 111 teams chart their course. This schedule reveal show brought to you by Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day. And Alliance Performance, powered by Parisi. Train like a pro. Jimmy Cavallo Super Football Conference gang. On this night, we reveal 111 schedules for the 2026 football season. We could not do what we do in the Super Football Conference and the SFC Network without the great people at Alliance Orthopedics. And Christian Alvina is here, Director of Strategic Marketing. And Christian, welcome to the big show. It's an exciting night here, man.
I appreciate it. It's exciting, great food, lots of big lights. So, hopefully I do my thing up here.
You know, when I think about Alliance Orthopedics, of course, started by your fearless leader, the founder and owner, Nick Bufano, I just think about a battle plan, a marketing plan, a sort of what we're going to live on, and just making the lives of athletes better every day. You know, making a difference in the lives of high school athletes. That's the mission.
Yeah, I mean, and what we did on the orthopedic side, right? We were able to come together and collaborate to get people down the right path of care. And, the evolution for Alliance was naturally Alliance Performance. When people are recovering from their injuries, they're ringing that bell. And it's a sign of them making progress. And for us, that progress, it continues onto the performance side. So we have an amazing team led by Joe Taggart, where we're doing performance training and we're doing our team training and we have recovery within the space. So we're super excited to finally put together this 30,000 square foot ecosystem dedicated to getting people better every day.
Yeah, Joe Taggart is that perfect balance of a guy who's tough on the kids, but at the same time, he's so invested in their health and well-being. And, when I say tough, I just mean he's going to train them hard, but, he does it in such a way that, Joe Taggart is just one of those guys that's an invaluable asset to North Jersey athletes. And, if Joe Taggart, I see Joe at that wonderful facility you have in Fairlawn and this amazing renovation that went on there, the completion and the new build-out of the orthopedic performance and recovery space, Alliance Performance, Parisi Center in Fairlawn. I know you guys are so pumped up about this new initiative.
Yeah, I mean, it's been amazing. And coming into this space, I've been with the company for about 3 years now and integrating myself with the team over at Alliance Performance, Parisi, and seeing the relationships that they build. You talked about how Joe he's been a mainstay in the Bergen County area, and then same goes with, Bill Parisi, obviously, and you got Sully and you got Dan there. They develop those relationships and you see these athletes grow with them, and now seeing them in the high school setting coming in with their teams and training with Joe and the squad, it's amazing to see.
Yeah, I first met Bill Parisi in 1997. He was doing the Parisi Fitness Tips of the Week. And he's like literally still doing that in such a grander fashion. But, it's amazing. Parisi, Bufano, Taggart, Elvina, you guys are always finding new ways to impact the lives. The orthopedic and recovery team helping so many super football conference schools in every sport.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's you see the evolution. You see these athletes, and it's not, back in the day when we were playing, it was just tape it up and then move right along. But it's changing. It's all about that proactive care, and that's where Tanner and the squad they're developing those relationships. They're collaborating with teams so that we can bring the teams into our space. We have sauna, cold plunge, Normatec, Hyperice Suite, and then obviously all the therapists with their manual modalities and therapies.
Yeah, this show's going to run about 2.5 hours. I mean, I might need a cold plunge literally in the parking garage.
I'll see you out there.
Christian Alvina, Director of Strategic Marketing. We want to thank him for being here. They get involved in so much. So many different facets to the Super Football Conference. One of the great ones is the Steve DiGregorio Young Man of the Year, named after the late, great athletic director, Steve DiGregorio. So much goes into the Young Man of the Year. All 111 schools have a recipient. All 111 recipients were honored at a game. They all received scholarship money from the Super Football Conference, from the New York Jets, from Alliance Orthopedics. But in the end, it came down to the one overall Steve DiGregorio Young Man of the Year, and it's Westwood's own Anthony Greco. And the reason why it says Super Bowl under Anthony Greco, because that's where he's going. Greco is dominating on and off the fields of play. He's a junior firefighter. He's an environmentalist. He's on the board of electors. I can go on and on. ROTC. This kid is an academy kid waiting to happen. Congratulations to Anthony Greco. We thought for sure he would be here, but guess what? He's wrestling as we speak. So the Super Football Conference Network went to the wrestling mats and got the thoughts of the Young Man of the Year, Anthony Greco.
My name is Anthony Greco from Westwood High School. Just want to send a huge thank you to the SFC and New York Jets, as well as Alliance Orthopedics and all the other sponsors. Thank you guys for making the Steve DiGregorio experience as special as it is. It's truly been an unmatched experience. And I want to give a huge shout out to Westwood football and the whole community, all my boys back home. Thank you guys. Love you boys. These last 4 years have been the best 4 years. Wouldn't want to do it with anyone else.
Yeah, what a class act. Anthony Greco, congratulations. Anthony Greco, man, you're going west, bro. Greco's going to the Super Bowl in San Francisco. That comes with a couple tickets, all expenses paid. Super Football Conference, New York Jets, Alliance, man. Woo, what an honor. He is going to the Super Bowl. Greco. I mean, listen, it's a tough decision. All 111 schools had a recipient. They all did receive scholarship money. They were all honored. Very difficult task in choosing the Super Football Conference Steve DiGregorio Young Man of the Year. Here to break down the process, my guy, Slick Nick Capola. Nicky, what do you got on the Young Man of the Year?
How we doing, guys? Nick here with Prolific Sports Lab. We are here at the Steve DiGregorio Young Man of the Year Award, and I am joined by Justin Kim from Bergen County Academy, Dean Cervona from Morris Knolls High School, Anthony Greco from Westwood, Gavin Sherman from Milburn High School, John Leone from Glenridge High School, Nate Bailey from St. Joseph Regional. You know, Dean, what are some of your favorite extracurricular activities that you've done off the field?
My favorite one has got to be my partnership, how I volunteered with Project Kind a lot.
It had to be my Eagle Scout project.
Well, obviously my charity, the main reason why I was picked at the end zone. We did a Christmas in July at the Van Dyke Nursery in Montclair. The Boy Scouts of America, I think that one is definitely because of longevity.
My recent favorite has been a new organization we have at our school called the SALT Team. That's the Student Athletic Leadership Team.
And talk about the Young Man of the Year experience. What was it like going to MetLife? And, you know, to hear your name called at the end, what was that like?
That was just like a crazy rush of happiness and just shock. I don't know. I really didn't expect that. In all the videos you can hear my mom almost screaming, crying in the back. She's just so happy. Yeah. And without my parents I wouldn't have been able to get any of this done, get to this point in my life.
House of Q is rocking, baby. A night like tonight, the Super Football Conference schedule reveal cannot happen without these great sponsors who make it all go. We want to thank Game Breaker, Perry Weather, Snap, Mascot Media, Perform Better, Duncan, Lucan, Huddle, Teachers Insurance, Plymouth Rock, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield, and the JETS, Jets. Super Football Conference schedule reveal show rolls on, and we're welcomed by the leader of the... Now, do you go by Raiders or Maroon Raiders, Coach Chris Helm?
We're the Maroon Raiders.
Yeah.
If it's revolving around football, we like to be the Maroon Raiders.
You know, and it's fitting that you're the first guest after we have the SFC Steve DiGregorio Young Man of the Year. Steve was a Nutley legend, and you crossed paths with him in your career.
Yeah, I was fortunate to be hired by him in 2005, and worked under him until he had stepped down in 2011. And I think that, I know he was honored with this award being named after him, and I think that everything the award represents is exactly what Steve would want. I mean, class act, unbelievable football coach. It just... I wouldn't be where I am right now without him.
Yeah, it's great. It's great to see his life and legacy live on with all these great kids. I mean, I mentioned that they all get honored, and they really do, because whether you're Paramus Catholic, Hudson Catholic, or Nutley, there's that moment before a game where you trot out the two recipients from both schools, and everybody hears the name Steve DiGregorio. So it's a great thing. Nutley 4-6 last year out of the Patriot White. You were a playoff team, so I know this night is a significant night because you're looking to continue where you left off and get into the postseason and even improving upon it.
Absolutely. Going into year 4, so the turnaround of what we've been trying to do is be a perennial playoff team. We've had a very difficult schedule right out the gate. Last year, outstanding win versus Riverdale. I think that helped us get to the playoffs, but then every week we want to play the best so that we're prepared. And the Wayne Hills, Passaic Valleys, they help you get playoff ready. We ran into a Mount Olive team that was phenomenal, and
I mean, listen, a really good team, Mount Olive. And have you seen Dan Vivino in the crowd tonight?
Yes, I have.
Did you ask him for for any hints of any kind?
No, I wanted this to be a total shock.
Do you think Dan Vivino needs security here tonight? Do you think it's going well so far?
Well, as long as we don't open up with Bergen Catholic, I think we're all right.
All right, well, here is Chris Helm, the man at the helm for the Nutley Raiders. And all right, Raider Nation, here you go. Where are you going to be? 2026. It starts with Orange, Weequahic. When you look at the schedule, Coach, is there one of these weeks that jumps off the page?
Well, we won a state championship as Roger Kotlar's offensive coordinator at Wayne Valley. So week 5 right away is definitely something, a return back to my second home, if you will. It's tough. Every week's going to be a battle. That's what we want, for sure.
Yeah, because Montclair is going to be better. I mean, that just doesn't look right when you see Montclair at 1-8.
No.
And the pedigree of that program. They're going in the right direction.
Absolutely.
You got the Wayne Gauntlet there, Hills and Valley. So it's there's a lot of athletes on that schedule.
Oh, absolutely. That's a lot of great football, a lot of very well-coached teams. And it's going to be exciting for sure, Our guys are ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be big news, starting tomorrow morning that, now you guys have an agenda for the season.
Absolutely. Some familiar opponents on there, some fresh opponents on there. I think our kids are going to be excited about it.
All right, Coach Chris Helm, out of that Patriot White. Great, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. Great to be here with some of the facts about Coach Mr. Steve DiGregorio and that Young Man of the Year award. Before we move on here, the Hudson Catholic Hawks. Hudson Catholic, of course, has been through so much with the loss of their coaches a couple years ago, Lamar McKnight, and of course, Coach Brad Cunningham. Last year, 3-7. It's really the rebuilding of a program. When you think about Hudson Catholic, they will have a new coach this year, but for the players in the Hawk Nation, you got a schedule coming your way. Let's take a look at Hudson Catholic right here. Hey, they're starting with the non-publics, man. St. Thomas Aquinas down there at Edison, then Lincoln. St. Peter's out of New York. That's Staten Island, St. Peter's. Snyder, West Side. You go right down the line. Mary's in week 5. Shabazz in week 6. That's always a good one there. Morris Catholic in week 7. Immaculata, tough way in week 8. And then in week 9, you see it right there. So all good. As we go to break here, the remaining 13 teams in the Patriot I believe we're going to start with Newark Catholic, right? Here we go to break and continue. More schedules on their way. Newark Central.
Fourth and 6 of the 24. Miles has time, steps up, throws deep, right side wide open. He's got a touchdown. Passaic Tech strikes first, hauling that one in. Mike Michalski on the TD.
Here for the senior quarterback for them Dogs, the Bulldogs of Passaic Tech. Welcome back to the Super Football Conference Schedule Reveal Show on a Wednesday night at the House of Q. Live images right here. We're welcomed by Passaic Tech head coach Matt Demarest and the man who runs West Orange, Darnell Grant. And you guys are very familiar with one another, Matt. You know, when you think about Passaic Tech and West Orange, you played twice last year. That kind of has been a little bit of a habit in the last couple of years.
Absolutely. Great coach, great man. Always has his players ready. It's an honor to be able to play against them. Great team.
Darnell, I mean, when you think about last year, 5-0 in the Freedom Red Division, you beat PCTI in the regular season, and then in that wild shootout, nearly 100 points, they beat you in the postseason. But Passaic Tech and West Orange is one that you're going to see on the schedule, and that is something to look forward to.
Definitely, it's our friendly rivalry. We love playing these guys. We love to compete against them. It's an awesome experience for our kids, for our community.
Yeah, I mean, this is an interesting night. Matty Demarest for the Bulldog Nation. Your season ended against really that juggernaut in Washington Township. I mean, listen, it's got to make you feel a little better when you see some of the accolades and honors that came their way. I believe they were 14-0 in the season. Correct. And, if you're going to lose at the end of the rainbow, you hope it's a great classic team, and it really was.
They had a great squad, great team. They were the preseason pick in Group 4. They gave Toms River North the best game the previous season. We had them at half. We were winning at half. We just couldn't close the deal. We had a tough 8 minutes, third, fourth quarter.
New division for you guys this year.
Absolutely.
What's the thoughts on that?
We get to travel more. We get to go to Hudson County. We get to go to Essex County. Great teams. Wilbur Valdez, Bayonne, man, boy, they turn it around this year. Irvington, we go down there. We start a great rivalry with them, with Coach. So, there's going to be some great things. Columbia's turning it around, so our division's going to be pretty strong this year.
Yeah, it was an interesting year last year for Passaic Tech. Goes all the way to the finals. You guys started out 0-2. You rip off 10-11. Is the Bulldog Nation ready for the reveal?
Oh, absolutely. They're excited.
All right, here we go. Passaic Tech. And there it is. You'll start week 0, North Burlington, and it rolls on. Take us through what jumps off the page here for you, Coach Matt Demarest.
A lot of high-end teams there. You have I'm looking at the bottom. I think you have the returning, the best running back in the state coming back at most yards. Union City, Wilbur. I mean, that's it's a great schedule right there. A lot of teams that are going to be competing for end of season awards.
Yeah, no West Orange. I mean, we said, you played twice in the last couple seasons, but anytime you got Ramapo in the middle of your schedule, that's a great sort of hinge point in the season. And now West Orange, wonderful year last year, Coach Grant, 9-win season. We mentioned 5-0. I mean, those kids last year delivered for WO.
Yeah, they definitely did. And we're really young. So we got a lot of guys coming back. We're really excited about some of our players like Sammy Furr and Dante Palmer and Nasir Collins. All those guys are really good guys coming back for us. We think that we're expecting good things.
Yeah, and coaches, when you know you have something coming back, you're ready for it with a schedule. And there it is, West Orange 2026. It'll start with Livingston. It'll end with Montclair. And Coach Darnell Grant, when you look at this schedule right now, you see week 4, the annual West Orange, East Orange, Ramapo right in there. Your thoughts?
Hey, this is the Super Football Conference. This is what we do it for. Super experiences for our kids, super competition as far as where we stand in the state and in our county and in our local, and just a super chance for our kids to really show the talent for us.
I mean, do you feel like you wake up tomorrow and you have a little more giddy up for the preparation and the process of high school football?
Definitely, they're coming. We got a really good schedule for some really, really good teams, and we're excited to play.
Darnell Grant, Matt Demarest, I want to thank you guys for being here. Congratulations on great years last year, and the journey has begun. All right. 2 outstanding head coaches there, 2 outstanding programs as we continue on here. The remaining teams for the Freedom Division, led off by Bayonne. Here we go on the Reveal Show. Thank you, boys.
try to score first, but most importantly, they're in the lead. Got to run this clock. Senator gets the edge. CJ Senator wrapped up near the goal line, but in. CJ Senator wasn't involved all game, but has the drive of his life in the championship game.
Woohoo! Senator and the Bridgemen win that Ivy League championship. Welcome back to the 2026 Super Football Conference schedule reveal show. Jimmy Cavallo, our entire SFC network gang on a night at the House of Q where we're rocking, man. We got about 200 high school football coaches, players in the building as we reveal their football schedule for the 2026 season. Joined by the outstanding head coaches of both Belleville, the Buccaneers, Brian Antab, and Fort Lee, the Bridgemen, Mike Gerst. And gentlemen, it was a great year. Coach Antab, I'll start with you. Great year in the Ivy League, and it's only getting greater going forward because now there's 18 teams in the Ivy. We added another notch to the belt, another round of playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited about the new teams coming in, adding some more competition to the league. Those extra games that we'll get in. It's great for our kids to get out there and compete.
Yeah, now a 16 playoff, and Coach Gerst, Ivy champs. I mean, how are you enjoying life as the Ivy champs? What a spectacular 9-0 run for the Bridgemen. And, boy, I know one thing. You celebrated the championship, but then you started thinking about next season, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We're in the weight room right away. And let me just say, just great to be back here with you, Jimmy, hanging out, talking a little bit of football. You know, all these great coaches, all these great teams, all these great programs. It's no better time than right now, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Get ready for next year.
And now the Ivy, you add that new layer, you're going to have 6 teams in the playoff. And now the idea is to get that bye in the first round. So the regular season has even more meaning now.
Absolutely. And we're really just excited about the quality of the league. We're excited about the quality of the competition. I mean, really, every single year, we feel like the league just continues to improve. And we're just really excited about what's coming up.
How'd this school year go? I mean, you know, when you hit the month of December and your kids are the champs there, you know, it's a real sense of pride for the football guys. You know, not always a school you associate with bringing home the hardware in the game of high school football.
No, absolutely. I mean, what these kids did, it's just a testament to, I mean, really the hard work that they put in from the time that we got there. And again, just I give so much credit to the guys that were even there before me and kind of setting the foundation for what we were able to do in these past 2 years. And they'll be talking about this season in Fort Lee for a long time, I think. And I'm really just grateful to have been a part of it.
And then there'll be the contingent of people who are like, hey, man, that was last year. What do you got for us this year? Gerst, one of the toughest things to do in sports is to repeat. Here's the schedule, man. You kick it off against the Bears.
My boy Joe Lappy, week 1. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here tonight. My God.
You'll let him know.
Right now.
Yeah.
No, literally, I was talking to him on my way in. I mean, listen, we're really, really excited about, like you said, it's tough when you got a target on your back, and I know we're going to have our target on our back this year, you know, having won the league, but, you know, we're not complacent. And I think that that's something that, you know, these kids took from the seniors that graduated last year, is that you got to continue to be striving, got to continue to be hungry, and it's an attitude every single day of being 0-0. And again, season restarted. We are 0-0. Okay? What we did last year doesn't mean anything.
And those Buccaneers, Brian, started out last year 7-0. You finished 7-1. You lost to Richfield Park in those Ivy playoffs. I mean, but really, you know, when you go through that summer process and then you hit the regular season, a 7-0 start is certainly something to build on. And you guys hope that kind of start carries over to this year?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it definitely built a lot of momentum around the program. There's a lot more excitement around the entire town, the school, and within the football program to get back to work and get over that hump and, you know, not let the season end in a loss.
All right, Buccaneers, here we go, man. Belleville's schedule for 2026. Coach Brian Antab opens up against Pascack Hills. There's another Bergen Field. As you assess it, Brian, what do you like?
Well, I mean, excited. There's a lot of new teams on there that we haven't seen, so I'm excited to get to work against these new teams within the league. Excited to have Millburn back on the schedule. A little Essex County rivalry there within the Ivy League. So that'll be a good way to get going towards the end of the season.
Yeah, very exciting. I want to thank you guys for being here. Brian Antab of Belleville, and of course Mikey Gerst of the championship Bridgman of Fort Lee High School.
Guard the bridge, baby.
Yeah, good luck to you guys, man. Good to see you guys as always. Hey, as we go to break, the rest of the Ivy League now an 18-team division. Check it out. all comes down to this. Here we go. St. Joe's going for two in overtime in the win. Now, Nate Bailey into Wildcat. They're going to give it to the captain. Bailey fakes the give. Bailey tripped up. Bailey extends the football. St. Joe's wins the game. The Grey Knights get the 2 and the W. Hey, you made it that time again, man. Every time you watch it, Nate Bailey gets in. Never in doubt that you were going for 2 in that situation.
No, we were reeling pretty bad at that point. So it was like, I can't watch another series of this on defense. We're either going to lose or we're going to win.
I didn't even introduce you, as I should. At this point, you don't need any introduction. Augie Hoffman, of course, the outstanding head coach of St. Joseph Regional. You're 2025 non-public A champs. And Augie, you're a 1999 graduate of St. Joe's. You were a great player there. You became a great coach there. You came back to dive back into the North Jersey high school football culture. And, listen, bitterly disappointed last year. Your theme last year and at times this year was finish. Hey, they finished in the end because in the last month you did nothing but finish.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the first year back was definitely a learning experience for the guys that were on the team and the coaching staff being back together. So that was the biggest thing. We left a lot of points on the board. We couldn't finish out games as a team, and that was right. You said it was the whole offseason talking about it. And we got a chance to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you really, you probably need a T-shirt that says "We finished," because that was such the theme there. Listen, I mean, you've had quite a month. I mean, since that Friday after Thanksgiving, you win that game in epic fashion, and I mean, you've been like a Golden Globe winner. You've been making appearances all over the map. So this stuff has gotten pretty comfortable for you.
Well, it was 7 years. I mean, there's a lot of people that were putting a lot of pressure on us to get a win. But you know what? It's good for the school. It's good for the kids. Everybody was really excited that we got a chance to get back on top. And listen, it lasted for about 24 hours, and then we thought about what next season's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it was. It's never going to be easy, right? I mean, but I think the one thing I always thought about was I was there the day you played Don Bosco into overtime and lost at St. Joe's. So the idea that was going to be a major challenge to beat them, I didn't buy into it. I thought you had an unbelievable chance. Listen, football, you're doing this long enough. It's blocking, it's tackling, it's toughness, and it's culture. And this team was sort of defined by culture.
Yeah, I mean, I think it starts with our senior leadership. I mean, we had guys like, obviously Nate Bailey, Christian Alvarez, A.J. Ravella, Brady Schust, Lamar. I could go down the list, but it's guys like Mason Geis, coming off the bench and, 21 of 24 or whatever he was at Bergen. And, it was everything. They bought in and they did what they were supposed to do, and good things happened.
Yeah, there was a lot of poetry to this team. Your coach in your playing days, Tony Karsich, comes back on your staff. You were once part of his staff. That was a wonderful storyline. There were so many storylines. But in the end, football is life. There are struggles, and there are hills to climb. There are challenges. There are the highs and the lows. All part of what was SJR football 2025.
They're going to give it to the captain. Bailey fakes the give. Bailey tripped up. Bailey extends the football. St. Joe's wins the game. Look out here. Nate Bailey crosses the 20. One man to beat. Forget about it. Behind Geis. It will be Bryant to the left side. Looking for Bryant. Turns and burns.
Best is going to roll out. Fakes it. Keeps it. Throws it. Flings it. Right side.
You expect St. Joe's to try and move the ball here on the ground, but they will not. They'll take a shot down the right side. This one complete. Inside to aim. Geis throwing down the middle. Brady Schust. Forget about it. The little fake to Bailey. He's got a man towards the corner of the end zone. Touchdown! Bailey now, the little flip to the left side. This is going to be a touchdown!
It's all worth it here as they'll take the kneel down. Augie Hoffman will get the Gatorade bath.
Long right there on the call. We're with Augie Hoffman, SJR, and there's a lot of images of a lot of different games, and everybody focuses on, of course, the finals against Don Bosco, but let's face it, I mean, in the semis, you were losing in the fourth quarter. I mean, you're on the road at Caven Point, and you sort of returned the favor to them earlier in the season, a game we had right here on the Super Football Conference Network. They beat you with the final drive, but when all the chips were in the center of the table in the state semifinals, your team made that game-winning drive on the road.
Yeah, I mean, it starts with Nate Bailey, right? At halftime he came in and in only a way that he could. He said, the two drives that we didn't score, I didn't touch the ball. And I was like, oh, you're absolutely right. So coming out of the half, it's make sure Nate gets the ball. And I don't know, I think we took something like 9 minutes off the clock on that last drive.
Beautiful.
But, without him, without guys like Kaishan, obviously Lamar, I mean, those games are different.
Listen, someday you might write a book, but even if you don't write it, there were so many chapters to the season. Bailey scored all 4 touchdowns that day at St. Peter's Prep. Lamar Best comes into the season as your number one. He goes down. Enter Mason Geis. We saw that 2-point conversion, the overtime win over Bergen Catholic. He breaks a bone on that drive. Re-enter Lamar Best. Lamar Best's feet in the state championship were the difference in that game.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting how it all played out, right? I mean, Mason throws that touchdown pass in overtime with a broken foot, and then Lamar's got to come back in, and we kind of nursed them along the first couple weeks, and then in the finals, listen, without him, I don't know, it's a different story.
Well, you know what happens now with the St. Joe's Nation? Guys like my classmate Mike Neglia is going to say, yeah, but can they repeat?
Oh, yeah.
No, he's a positive guy. You made so many different classes of St. Joe's alumnus so proud. But, hey, we all know it's 2026. I guess starting January 5th, you guys got right back to it. St. Joe's, here we go. Week 0 will not be open for long. Is that correct, Coach?
No, it will not. We'll have it in the next week or so.
Next week, what we're hoping here is that all your non-state opponents show up to play. But when you see this schedule, St. John's out of D.C., and then right down the line, what's your impression when you see this schedule ending with Bergen and Paramus Catholic in weeks 8 and 9?
Yeah, I mean, listen, those are tough hills to climb at the end of the season, but the whole Big North Red is a gauntlet all year, and you got to prepare every week. So it looks good. Hopefully we play 9 this year, and we'll be ready.
Gotta love it. Starts week 1, St. John's of D.C. Week 0, that will be filled. I'm sure it's going to be a major opponent. Hey, before I let you go, man, once upon a time, wrestling always had a presence as far as the football crossover guy. Jimmy Mullen comes to mind, now the great Hokie at Virginia Tech. But really this year, Christian Alvarez, listen, I know one thing, we're going to see Christian Alvarez in Atlantic City, and there's a really good chance he's going to be at the top of the podium.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Christian is a special athlete, man. He's big, he's strong, he's fast. He made it through to the finals last year. He won Powerade this year. I think you don't want to say he's got a smooth road, but he's going to be tough to beat.
And you never wrestled, right?
I didn't wrestle, no.
Mostly bouncers at Boston College?
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Augie, it's great seeing you. You know we're going to do some wrestling, and the Green Knight Wrestling Nation will be part of it. The main event series presented by Alliance Performance. How about this lineup, folks? This starts tomorrow night. John Piella going home to Bergen Catholic, where he once wrestled as an outstanding Crusader wrestler. John Piella has 199 wrestling wins in his career. If he beats his alma mater tomorrow night, it'll be number 200. These are the number 6 and 7 teams in the top 50 in New Jersey. That's tomorrow right here on the Super Football Conference Network. Faith Christian Academy, Del Barton, number 2 and number 7 in the nation. How about Blair and St. Peter's Prep? Blair, number 3 in the country. St. Peter's Prep, number 3 in New Jersey. Gotta love it. And then here we go. I know number 78 will be there. Bergen Joe's. St. Joe's, number 19 nationally, number 4 in New Jersey. Last year, they won the championship, knocking off Del Barton. They owned Atlantic City. That was epic.
Yeah, I mean, those guys do a great job. Coach Farinaro, Coach Coop, man, they do an outstanding job. There are some new guys in the lineup this year that are wrestling hard. JoJo's, hopefully he's back next week. And, we'll see what happens.
Augie, congratulations. It's great seeing you once again. Good luck on the schedule 2026.
Appreciate it, Jim. Thank you, man.
Augie Hoffman, number 78 in your SJR program and the leader of the band, the 2025 heavyweight football champs of New Jersey, the Green Knights of St. Joe's. Their schedule is out. We'll take a quick break here from the House of Q. When we return, more of the 2026 schedule reveal show right here on the Super Football Conference Network.
Welcome. Come on in. Looking for mental health services for you or your loved ones? We have a signature way to pair you up with a therapist that meets your specific needs. At the Lucan Center, we are driven by science and led by compassion.
Thank you.
Experience the Lucan difference at any of our 7 locations in Northern Jersey. Log on to lucancenter.com or call us at 201-409-0393. At Lucan Center, get Lucan Centered today.
When the game is on the line, you need a team that knows strength, recovery, and performance. At Alliance Orthopedics, we keep athletes moving. Stronger, faster, and better every day. For every parent, for every athlete. Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day.
Prosperity is achieved one step at a time, with each success building on the last, transforming your money into something extraordinary. Whatever your goals, the team at Kearney Bank can help them take shape with products and services that help you master your money. Your first car, college tuition, a new home, even retirement. Let's make your dreams a reality together at Kearney Bank. Learn more today at kearneybank.com.
Second chance here for Bergen Catholic on 2nd and 10 after the interception. Two teams have traded picks. Tagliaferri, another deep ball. This one goes right to his man for another Bergen touchdown. Brian Porter, it's just too easy. Crusaders by 34.
Ooh, some United Division teams right there, and Bergen Catholic, St. Peter's on the docket now, and Tagliaferri, just a sophomore this year, so I know that made the old ball coach Vito very happy to know that he's coming back for his junior CBC. Gentlemen, welcome. How we doing? You think I had a vested interest in that St. Joe's interview? Coach Hanson, don't let him say that about me, man. Come on. You know I'm impartial once I get to your field.
I don't know. He put us right on the back end there. So.
Hey, listen, I became persona non grata. Remember in 2005 when I picked St. Peter's to beat Don Bosco and Matty Sims and the boys when he threw it to Andrew Booth? They haven't spoken to me since over there.
There you go.
Well, listen, it's like, as you know, Vito, I've said it many times on this show tonight, sports, high school football is a process. You know, the process is the calendar. You know what I mean? And you always... You know, you come off a run where you win 4 straight state titles. First time in Bergen Catholic's illustrious history. I mean, that was just an amazing run. And during that run, so many different faces, so many different names, so many different contributors. But it's always about the process, the off-season into the regular season. And this night gives a little boost to the process in the off-season now, knowing the schedule.
Oh, 100%. I think so much of it is about, like, the one thing that we're really focused on right now. There's a difference between working hard and competing at an elite level. And so I think, like, we're just trying to instill the competition side of it. Because if you really look at it, like the video you guys just showed, like, you're 6 inches away from winning the St. Joe's game, right? And then at the end of the day, like, we got to chew on the fact that we got out tough in the second half of the state semifinal, and we got to remedy that.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the ebb and flow. I mean, my gosh, you win 4 straight, just an amazing run. Coach Hanson, you've been around the Marauder Nation your entire life for so many great seasons. And, you know, when you look at the last couple of years, you know, it didn't go as planned. But then last year was sort of a rebirth again for you guys. You start out the season 6-0. I mean, that victory at Caven Point on a Saturday afternoon against St. Joe's, I think that sort of shot a flare-up that the Marauders were back.
Yeah, I mean, we had a really good season and a really good group of senior leaders. You know, they did a great job of navigating the schedule, of leading us through it. You know, and it started with our quarterback last year. He did a great job for us. And so, you know, next year, one of the biggest questions will be figuring that position out for us. So, you know, we're poised for 2026, but, you know, we had a really good one last year.
Does it always help when the schedule is now out there with the off season? I mean, you know, it's up there. You can kind of, you know, you look at it, you start assessing the competition. I mean, as a coaching staff, do you sort of break it down in terms of, you know, first 2 games, you know, middle of the season, or do you look at it on a whole?
I mean, I think, of course, we dissect the schedule for sure, right? Look at each game, look at, you know, opponents we haven't played recently, of course, a little bit more deeply. But at the end of the day, we know that we're going to play one of the toughest schedules in the state and in the country. And so, you know, the details of when those games are and where they are, I don't think matters a whole lot. You know, we kind of know, you know, what we have out for us, no matter what the exacts look like. So.
Yeah, and Vito, you know, what we've grown accustomed to with Bergen Catholic is, you know, you're going to start out the year with some incredible opponents in the out-of-state category. But when push comes to shove, We know how much pride you take in the state of New Jersey. I mean, the Campanellis are like the first family in football in the state of New Jersey. Do you have any hunches to what the schedule might be in state? And when I say a hunch, you're up here with Coach Hansen. You didn't play St. Peter's last year. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's exactly what Rich just said. I mean, it's going to be, everybody's going to be up against each other. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Queued it up pretty good.
So you'll start with a little Pennsylvania, Maryland flair, and then, wow, St. Joe's, Philly, last couple of years, 5-5, not what they're accustomed to. You could expect them with a big rebound year. And there are the Marauders. Nothing like a Saturday afternoon at Caven Point with the Hansons.
No question. They have some great young talent there returning on their team. I mean, running back's one of the best in the state, if not the best. So, obviously that's a great challenge for us, and it should be an unbelievable matchup. And then, you guys really did us a favor, give us a bye, and then go right to Don Bosco. So, that's a pretty good gauntlet, but there's not a single layup on that schedule. I'd put it up against any in the country. So, we're excited about it, and you come to Bergen Catholic for the opportunity to play games like this, and there's a whole lot of them on that schedule.
Did you send Dan Vivino a basket of fruit or something to get that bye before Bosco?
Yeah,
that worked out.
Valentine's Day next month, I think, maybe. I don't know.
Is it a little different when you start out 3 straight weeks on the road? I mean, not on the road, but against out-of-state opponents?
Yeah, I think it's kind of been a commonality to us the last few years, being able to go on those trips. And the guys kind of look forward to it. And it's really something you can kind of set the clock to. You got 32 more weeks until the season opens, and we're kind of on that countdown already, and just continuously be consistent and get better every single day, and, make a daily deposit to what you're going to do. And obviously we'll do that again tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
Coach Hansen, we gave you a little sneak peek into one team on your schedule, and we mentioned you didn't play Bergen Catholic last year, and the Hansons, Rich Sr. and Rich Jr., you have such an unbelievable history with Bergen Catholic, going back to Fred Stengel and Vito's brother Nunzio Campanelli, and now Vito, and it definitely adds a little juice in Jersey City when Bergen Catholic is on the regular season schedule.
Oh, for sure. And I think, it's funny because we haven't played them in 2 years, right? We haven't seen them in the playoffs either last year either. So it's been a while. I think it, of course, will be really fun. And, they're the top team in the state. So, again, we have a couple of those types of teams on the schedule. And so we're looking forward to, trying to compete with the best.
And you expect to play week 0 and week 1?
We do, yes.
And you see that week number 2, St. Anthony's, Long Island, outstanding team out of the New York Catholic League. Have you ever played St. Anthony's?
No, we haven't.
Wow. So, because they've had a good run with playing the Bergen County big boys, and now you're going on the road out there. I would say to get to St. Anthony's, is that a Friday night? Who knows, right?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Ooh, if they knew what they were doing, they would tell you to come out to the tip of Long Island, Suffolk County, on a Friday night. That's going to be a heck of a ride right there. But when you see the schedule now, do you think you feel like you're a little more in football season than you were yesterday?
Yeah, I think it definitely takes us a step closer to see that in a tangible way. And again, I think for us, it's taking it 1 week at a time, and once you get into the week 3 there, and the rest of kind of that 3 to 8 when you're in league, that's as good as it gets. It really is, and every week's going to be a battle, and we just got to try to find a way to win one at a time there.
Well, before I let you go, Vito, I do have to also roll back to the fact that you will play DePaul this year, okay? And the head coach of DePaul is the Campy Bambina, Nick Campanelli Bambino, and that hasn't happened in a few years. And I don't know how your mom's going to feel about this. She's going to go watch Nunzio direct the Huskies offense, but when you take on a football game with your brother, listen, I think it was a different story when your son Dominic Campanelli, the outstanding quarterback, now at Holy Cross, doing so well, won 3 titles for you. I think it was a little different, when they're teeing off and your son is the quarterback. But now the sea has parted, you're going to play again.
Yeah, I was probably harder for Nicky and Dominic, but I don't enjoy that game for a million reasons. Mainly because they're a great football team, but obviously I don't really get a whole lot of sense.
Coach Campy, Coach Hanson, thanks for being here, guys. Exciting night as we go to break here on the Reveal Show, the rest of the United Division schedule for 2026. Thanks, gents.
Thank you.
Coach or group leader, it's tough to focus on your team when you're focused on everything but your team, which is why Snap Mobile One brings all the management tools you need together in one app. Maximize your fundraising potential using SnapRaise, the #1 online fundraising platform with guaranteed results. Chat directly with staff, students, or parents for quick updates and seamless communication. Easily manage team rosters, update schedules, and keep your community informed. You can even set up a custom fan store for year-round revenue and community engagement. Snap Mobile One streamlines athletics and activities management so you can focus on what you do best. Take back your time. One app, every need.
Let's see if Zamet will run a play. It appears he will. Zamet now. Quarterback keeper once again. One-on-one in space. Breaks the tackle. Stays on his feet. David towards the goal line. Touchdown for the Spartans of DePaul. Derek Zamet, the Washington-bound captain, delivers.
It was a lot easier for Nick Campanelli to sleep the last few years, knowing that DZ, Derek Zamet, was coming back. Welcome back to the Super Football Conference Schedule Reveal Show as we roll on here in the United Division. Nick Campanelli and DePaul is here, along with Brian Bowers, the outstanding coach for the Green Wave at Del Barton. And Nick, we'll start right there with that video. The end of the Zamet era is over. It went out in grand fashion, back-to-back championships. The stat I always go back to, listen, there's been a lot of high school quarterbacks who have made 40-plus starts, but not in competition like this, okay? And for him to make 44 starts is an epic number, and what a legendary career for the Spartans of DePaul.
Can't describe how great a player Derek was at work. I mean, he's meant so much to our program. And like you said, he started for 4 years and started 44 straight games for us. I don't know that that's ever been done at our level. So very hard to obviously replace a guy like that. And, not only on the field, but in the locker room too. The leadership he brought to us. It was pretty special.
Yeah, and Brian Bowers, when you think about nights like this, football coaches, you're like obsessive, you're organized, but like yesterday you didn't have the schedule. So it's not that you couldn't do what you want to do in the off season, but I think tomorrow, does it give you a little more something to focus on?
Oh, 100%. We are excited to see what our crossover games are, especially. We're excited to see if we get a New York game, which we're not sure if we were going to get this year or not. Irregardless, the guys, once December hits and once the holidays end, guys are ready to work. But I think this will add a little bit of focus to the workouts and thinking about how we're going to plan out our summer and the kinds of things we're going to be looking at. But couldn't be more excited to find this out.
Yeah, you're doing this a long time. Your 24th year, I think? Heading into your 24th year? Amazing.
Yeah.
Last year, mixed bag for the Green Wave. When you saw Monsignor Farrell go to the New York State Finals in the Catholic League, that must have rang a bell because that was a great win for you guys, beat them 35-6. 4-6 at the finish line, but you come back with guys that are battle tested. I know there's a lot of anticipation for this offseason and the schedule.
No, 100%. I think that we were a little bit of a mixed bag for sure last year. We were up and down and inconsistent is really how we'd put it. And we were a young team, and we kind of knew we'd have a little bit of ups and downs. And I think we learned a lot. I think the guys who are coming back are certainly motivated to have a great offseason and really put it all together because no one's really satisfied with that. And we know that we're playing the top competition in the state and in our area, and we're cranked up.
Yeah, and Campy, 8-4 last year. You ended in epic fashion, beating Paramus Catholic 21-12 at MetLife Stadium. I was there. Whew. But, it's such a testament. You guys always talk about the group, right? That group of guys, and so many guys in that group went back to back. But now you're heading to a new season. We did kind of tip our hand a little bit at one team on your schedule, the Crusaders of Bergen Catholic. But as we roll out your schedule now, okay, sure, Bergen's going to jump off the page, but what's your thoughts? You will play somebody week 0?
We will, yes. Yeah, we haven't finalized that yet. We're looking at a few different schools, in-state and out-of-state. So within the next week or 2, we should have a clearer picture.
Yeah, you see that week 2, Coach Rocco and Monsignor Farrell, such a legit competitive program now. And then you sort of have your own little sort of Bermuda Triangle in week 7, 8, and 9. Bosco at Paramus Catholic, at Bergen Catholic. I mean, have you seen Vivino? 3 road games to end the season at Bosco, at BC, at Bergen Catholic. What's your thoughts on that?
Not surprised. Danny Vivino's my best friend since I was 5 years old, so he likes to stick it to me once in a while when he can. But but honestly, that does look daunting. But what more could you ask for getting ready for the playoffs, right? You want to play the best competition, and you want to play your best at the end of the season. So it'll be great to play the best team.
And so much for resting your starters going into the playoffs. Week 9, you play your older brother, Vito Campanelli. You just saw him here. So now the reality is you guys will play. There's the game within the game for that contest.
Sure. It's not something we ever really look forward to, but it's something you got to do. And, obviously he's done an incredible job with that program. So it's going to be quite a test going up against those guys.
Boys, we're off and running. Thanks for being here.
Brian, I didn't get our schedule.
Oh,
I want my schedule, Jimmy.
Brian Bowers and I go back.
I am not leaving here without the schedule.
Brian, here it is. So you will have that week. Listen, you always feel like these out-of-state opponents, and I tell you, I mean, obviously Malvern Prep is such a challenge for you guys, but you're going right back to the well there in week 1 after starting with Gilman of Maryland.
Yeah, you know what? I love it. I think starting out with 2 really high-quality out-of-state games is a good thing for our program. We're going to take probably an overnight trip at Gilman, which is down in Baltimore, and they're a traditional, great school, great program. We've never played them, so that's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Malvern Prep, to be honest with you, last year got away from us. The 2 years prior, we had leads in the fourth quarter that we blew, and so there's just a lot of juice that we have for Malvern, 100%. So we're excited about those 2 games. Hey, they're serving us up St. Joe's after that, so let's roll up the sleeves.
Nothing like the first Jersey game you play.
Yeah,
against the defending champs who bring back one of the great attack defenses we've seen in a while.
No, 100%. And then we get into the teeth of our division. Seton Hall Prep, which is probably our greatest rival as a school. DePaul, Del Barton, get your popcorn. Never want to miss that game. It's always a phenomenal game. And Coach and I, our programs just have had incredible games, so we're excited about that. New for us, St. Joe's Metuchen. Excited to play someone a little bit different, and then dive into the remainder of the schedule. So that's a very competitive schedule. We're excited for it.
That's great, man. Well, coaches, now I want to thank you for being here, and this is it. I mean, it's like official now. It's time to go, and you can post it up on the board. And Coach Campy, the 3-peat. I mean, what do you think, man? After that schedule, what do you think?
That's obviously that's always the goal, but there's a lot of work between now and then that needs to get done.
And Coach Bowers, your final impression of your schedule on the whole as you're driving home tonight. How do you feel?
We got a lot of work to do. We got to have a great off season, and we got to be very precise in the summer. But you know what? It's a new year. We're ready for a new challenge. I couldn't be more excited about it, to be honest with you.
Brian Bowers entering his 24th year. Nick Campanelli, thanks guys for being here. As we go to break, the schedules of Pope John, Immaculata, and Seton Hall. Come on back. The Schedule Reveal show returns after this on the Super Football Conference Network.
is on the line. You need a team who knows strength, recovery, and performance. At Alliance Orthopedics, we keep athletes moving. Stronger, faster, and better every day. For every parent, for every athlete, Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day.
Super Football Conference schedule show, of course, brought to you by the great people at Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day. Alliance Performance, powered by Parisi, train like a pro. Apple Green, enjoy your journey. And by Lucan Center, optimal performance starts with your mental health. All right, we roll on here. And we get to a little Super Football Conference National Red and maybe Ivy, maybe National. Let's see. Verona and Indian Hills, of course, the head coach of Verona is Manj Singh. And, of course, the head coach of Indian Hills is Danny Morangi. Gentlemen, thank you for being here.
Appreciate it.
Manj, the first thing you said to me is, you know the story between me and Morangi. So I said, no, I don't. Save it for the show. What do you got?
All right, so me and Coach Morangi have known each other since when he was at Don Bosco Prep, and then he also brought me on when I was over at St. Joe's with Augie Hoffman, and he kept me on the staff when Augie moved on, and then I got the head coach job at Glen Ridge, and then went to Verona.
You got to love it. Now running the Hillbillies of Verona, and Danny at Indian Hills, 5-5 last year in the Ivy Red. That's all over. You're heading to the National this year.
We're excited about it. It's about time, and we're looking to take that plunge and move forward. And like I said, can't wait to see what we got and move forward.
Yeah, I mean, you know, listen, you're a highly competitive guy. You've had a decorated coaching career, and I think this is a move. Is one that you just want to? Are you looking to challenge the program here?
Without a doubt. When I came in, I wanted to win. I want to win, and we want to change things. We'd love to have it overnight, but obviously, it takes time. It takes time to build a culture. It takes time to build a program. We're trying to change 20 years of bad habits.
Yeah, they got the right guy too. So Indian Hills. Dan Morangi, Ivy last year, National this year. Let's look at their schedule right now for the Braves of Indian Hills. Danny, week 0, taking on those Owls. What jumps out when you go down the line here?
Wow, it's a really competitive schedule. Like I said, we're looking to compete. Like I said, each and every week we have to bring it. There's no doubt about it.
This is like the Special K schedule because Kinnelon coming off a great year, Kittatinny. So now you have something to rally around for your boys. Verona, the Hillbillies, Manj. Super Football Conference National Red, 2-7 last year. But you think it's going in the right direction. And when I roll out this schedule, these kids heading to the Willowbrook Mall this weekend, they might have something to talk about. Let's look at the Hillbillies and Manj. And Manj, there it is. Woo-wee! Caldwell is back on the schedule. Ramsey Caldwell, Hoboken off a great year. This is not an easy start to the season. Your thoughts?
So you mean to tell me y'all set this whole thing up with Indian Hills week 3? Okay, Coach. No, this is a great schedule right here. I mean, this is actually a powerful schedule. It's tough. Really tough schedule. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, and you have Indian Hills. I should have said bringing you guys up here.
Maybe you set the fight up. You set the fight.
Yeah.
That's what this was.
You're going to play.
But that's going to be a shades moment. Somebody's going to have to take off their sunglasses at the end of the game.
No, listen. The teacher and the student. There we go.
But you lost some tough games this year, a handful of close games, and there's always that, hey, we're going to be better this year. You feel that way?
Yeah, I think, last year we had our handful of injuries, quite a few of them, some of the star players. But I think this year right now coming in, we're going to have a handful of young guys ready to go, ready to compete day in and day out. They're in the weight room since December, so we're ready to roll.
Danny, you got your rally cry for the Braves Nation?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I mean, that's as simple as it can be. Let's get after it. Let's compete. We have an opportunity in front of us, and we got to go take it.
I just love the fact that Indian Hills still call the Braves, man. That's great, man. Indian Hills, Dan Morangi, Hillbillies of Verona, and Manj Singh. Thank you guys for being here. As we go to break, the rest of the National Division, 18 teams in the National. I think we're going to start with Cedar Grove. Check it out, Cedar Grove. Wow, what a night at the House of Q. Hey, give yourself a round of applause out there, House of Q. You guys are doing a great job. Super Football Conference schedule reveal show. What a night at the Big Mall here, the American Dream. Fusco sitting next to me calling it a nightmare. Apparently, I don't know, but he'll be fine.
Was this decided by northerning numbers? That's my first question. Was this a northerning situation?
Fusco was peeking at some of the schedules there. Of course, Darryl Fusco, head coach of Mountain Lakes, and Ryan McCarty, the head coach of the Lancers of Lakeland. As we move on here in the schedule show, and gentlemen, first of all, thanks for being here. It's an exciting night, and it's sort of the first step in the journey, Ryan, would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. This has been a great night. First off, we appreciate everything that you guys do. SFC Network has been fantastic. Our guys watch your podcast. It's been great. This night is awesome. It brings everyone together, and it's kind of the first step moving forward to the next season.
Yeah, I mean, I think you, Ryan, really have a reason to be optimistic. You've built this great staff at Lakeland. There's a buzz around your team, and sort of now you really have something to sink your teeth into as a staff because you could roll out this schedule to the guys.
Yeah, no, love our staff. I mean, having multiple head coaches, guys that we trust, and a great group of kids who work their tails off, and we love them. Every day they come ready to play, and we can't wait to see the schedule.
Coach Fusco, when you think about Mountain Lakes and the Thundering Herd and the Lakers and lacrosse, thank goodness you have a nice name like Thundering Herd there for football. 7-3 last year. You're only a couple seasons removed from winning the whole kit and caboodle in Group 1. So what are you looking for in your schedule? You're looking at the crossovers. You're looking for the constants. You come out of that SFC American White. What are you always looking for in your schedule from Bavino?
Well, the games that we put down usually don't be the ones that end up on the paper, so we look to see if any of those are on there. It's always awesome. Listen, the schedule's great. You look for certain things. We don't like playing teams you might play in the playoffs. We play a Group 2 schedule, so it is good to get some Group 1s, but it's more about just getting fired up. And listen, Super Football Conference brought us dinner tonight, which is awesome. I'm not sure how I got here. I was first last time. Now I'm last, which is concerning. This is probably my last invite, so I'm going to enjoy it, but we're excited. It's football, high school football talk in January is always awesome.
That's not true. First of all, is that condominium on your finger? Is that the ring from
So you see the ring? Listen, it's as big as it gets. I mean, we don't always win, but when you win one of these, you wear them.
Take his single.
There's not a lot.
Now for the Lancers of Lakeland, coming to you now. For the Lancers of Lakeland, coming to you in one
See, this is what happens, Jimmy. When I get on stage, it goes black. They cut it off. I mean, Super Football Conference loves it. Coach, sorry you got stuck up here with me tonight, man. How you got this slot? What did you do to Bavino to get this slot? I can't wait to see your schedule.
This is what we call the Fusco factor.
I mean, this is unbelievable.
Yeah, listen, we have this Lancer Nation. Here you go, buddy. Coach, take a look at it. You start against a very good opponent in West Milford. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's our rival. Sitting over there with Coach Maz, very familiar. My head coach from Jefferson, Coach Matsakis, tons of respect for him. And we've moved into a new division this year with Mahwah, Westwood, Ramsey, and Dumont, all quality teams from Bergen County. And then we renew our rivalry with Passaic Valley. And this year, the curveball that was thrown at us is Wayne Hills.
Yeah.
We love our guys, though. Like I said, we're excited to get to work. And I love our staff.
Hey, look at this. Look at how the back end of that schedule. Wayne Hills, Westwood, Dumont, Ranch. I mean, that's a fight to the finish right there.
Yeah, look, for a small Group 2 school, it's a competitive schedule. And, we love the group that we have coming back. So we're looking to get to work.
And Coach Fusco, listen, I know what a football guy you are. And from the moment your season comes to an end, losing to Cedar Grove 22-15 in the Group 1 semis, listen, you feel bad for a day or two, and then, what do you do?
Yeah, you're depressed for a while. It's more than a day or two. Then you get through it, the season ends, and, you pick up the piece and you get excited. You got to get to the end. It's tough watching after you lose. I think all coaches, those first couple weeks are tough, but we're excited about now. You're moving forward. It's January, it's 2026, and everything starts brand new.
All right, Thundering Herd, here we go. Mountain Lakes 2026 starts with Jefferson in week 0. Coach, what do you think, Darryl?
I mean, we love the Jefferson. We worked Coach Matsakis, Mountain Lakes back in the day when he was at Butler. We're great Robert. He's at Jefferson. We were excited to play. Coach Grant invited us to that West Orange kickoff classic, so we're excited. I'm not thrilled that we got Cedar Grove. They're one of our main playoff rivals, but hey, it's a great schedule. We got Caldwell and Ramsey. I don't think I've written Ramsey down on a piece of paper ever before. I hope he requested us, but it's pretty good. Good looking schedule. We got Boonton, our rival, which is always good, and some good old school rivalry games, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Hanover Park, our conference.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not real thrilled that we got put in with Caldwell. I don't know how. We're the only Group 1 and all Group 2
You said you
schedule,
were Vivino and tight.
Vivino and I thought we're starting to bond, but now I got the last spot, and I get to go to Cedar Grove in week 6, but it looks like a great schedule. We're excited. High school football is not far off. You got to go through the winter, and I know you're a big, we're a lacrosse community as well, but cannot wait for fall to kick off.
How many lacrosse guys you got on that football squad?
I have a lot. I coached with Tim for 10 years. I got a couple smaller rings from, but they were really. We should have got the bigger ones then. The year we beat Del Barton, that was pretty cool. But we got lacrosse guys, football guys. Though we got a great staff, a great group. Our kids love it. You know the Mountain Lakes community. When the Friday nights roll around, it's a great time of year.
Oh, I mean, they start with that lacrosse run through the town with all the youth kids, and it just continues. But hey, guys, I want to thank you for being here. Best of luck. The Lakeland Lancers, Coach Ryan McCarney. And, of course, a man that needs no introduction, Darryl Fusco, Mountain Lakes, the Thundering Herd. The season has begun, 2026.
You're a good man. Thank you, Bavino. I'll come see you, but it's great. Great night. Thank you for all you do. A pleasure to be up here with you, my friend.
Absolutely. The rest of the Super Football Conference schedules as we go to break. We roll on. Mike Quick and Darren Cooper are straight ahead. Come on back. The Super Football Conference schedule reveal. 2026 Super Football Conference Schedule Release Show is presented by Alliance Orthopedic. Better every day. Alliance Performance, powered by Parisi, trained like a pro. Apple Green, enjoy your journey. And by Lucan Center, optimal performance starts with your mental health.
Little play action now. Talafari under duress, slings it downfield. Look out here, Brian Porter, the Porterhouse.
Look at Busso get the edge, stepping away from tacklers.
Nate Fairley crosses the 20, one man to beat. Forget about it.
Martin, pocket collapsing, and he's going to be picked off. And there's a clear path to the end zone.
And Gilardi is going to take a shot deep down the field.
Right up the middle, and no one's going to touch him.
Achilles Dupont is loose.
Bailey tripped up. Bailey extends the football.
Tien fakes, keeps, trying to get the edge.
He's going to try to outrun the defense, and he's brought down.
He's got it. He's going to let it go. And what a diving play.
Giles going deep down the field, and it's picked off.
Little floater's going to be caught. Look at that block on Walton.
They go to Teray. Teray turns it inside.
Who's going to make the Playmakers highlight reel in 2026? Apple Green, a proud supporter of New Jersey high school sports. Apple Green has over 100 travel plazas across the Northeast and Midwest. Wherever your journey takes you, Apple Green is with you on your way. Well, it's like after you...
I'm tired, man. Producing you is not easy. You are just like a wild cat.
Everybody was like, why is Mike Quick not up here with you? He was producing this show. Mike Quick, Darren Cooper. Could I have picked a better producer, Darren?
Absolutely not. I'm sweating. Let me ask you a question, Mr. Host of the Super Football Conference Reveal Show. Could you name every one of those play-by-play announcers in that bump shot?
Absolutely not.
You couldn't?
No.
All right, let me ask you this. If you had to rate the coaches that came up here today to co-host this show 2 years from now, who's the two guys you'd pick? And I know you don't like to do this, and Coop, I'm asking you the same question. Based on what you saw tonight of the 18 coaches, who would you pick to host this show when Vivino rolls it out 2 years from now?
Well, Fusco's an easy choice.
100%. Fusco's a host.
Gallagher was very good.
Gallagher was good.
Gallagher was very
Sneaky good.
Yeah.
I put singing without a doubt
Yes.
from Verona. He's a natural on TV. He's an absolute natural.
Yeah, Bowers was pretty good too.
You know what? Brian could produce it. He's the first one who said, why
what are you trying to say? Del Barton guy is good.
I'll tell you what.
He's organized.
He had a new haircut. I thought he looked very professorly, if that's a word. But you've done a great job. You guys over there have done a terrific job. I mean, really good. This is not easy.
You think Bowers told Rich Hansen Jr. About the journey out to South Huntington to play St. Anthony's? That game has to be on a Friday night, right?
Oh man, if you're St. Anthony's and you play that game on Saturday, you're giving the dudes from Jersey City a huge advantage. That is a 3.5 easy on Friday. Like you have to, if it's a 7 o'clock kick in South Huntington, you have to leave St. Anthony's. I'm not kidding. You have to leave St. Peter's to be safe by 1 o'clock because it's still nice weather. Everybody's heading to the Hamptons on Friday.
To your house.
That is a tough one for St. Peter's. Very tough.
Well, Mike Quick and Darren Cooper have joined us.
What's the deal with this wrestling stuff?
Oh, yeah.
I go away the offseason, all of a sudden you're Vince McMahon. What the hell's going on here?
Super Football Conference Network has wrestling.
Oh, my God.
I mean, and we're doing some monster matchups. And, hey, there's a great, there's always been the great synergy. We mentioned to Augie about the Jimmy Mullins of the world, now Christian Alvarez. There's always been synergy, with football and wrestling in North Jersey.
I hate to say this out loud in this room and talk to these people, my esteemed colleagues here. Wrestling is a very big deal in the state of New Jersey. You could even say it could be bigger than football in some ways. If you want to look at the crowds in Atlantic City compared to the crowd for the state finals, wrestling is a big deal. And yes, there is great crossover. As a matter of fact, when I explain to people why we don't play football through December in in New Jersey, like wrestling season starts, babe. We gotta start wrestling. That it's a big deal.
It's a big deal.
As much as Nunzio Campanelli loves football,
He
there's
loves
a part of
wrestling,
me
right.
that he thinks he likes wrestling more.
Well, the Campies were all great wrestlers. I mean, so it's,
Did you mention
Anthony,
Nuns going to UConn? Did you mention
his
that
brother
anywhere?
did. His brother did.
Oh, I
he said
couldn't hear it. I'm
he said
producing.
his mother would probably be up there watching UConn instead of DePaul and Bergen Catholic. All right, so I mean, like, Darren, it's like, these are like having the Oscar or Golden Globe winners in a vault leading up to the days. I know you were peppering Dan Vivino for some information leading up to this.
What's so funny is I got to spend a lot of time with Dan, and he told me where the mistakes kind of happen and what he tries to avoid. And so when I looked at the schedule finally earlier today, I was like, oh shoot, he probably didn't want that to happen. So there were a couple of schools. Are we doing this part? Are we doing the analysis part now? We're doing the analysis? We're doing
Yeah.
All right,
Well, first of all, before we start, announce who the first text you got complaining.
That's a good question.
You don't want me to do that.
I want to know.
No, you don't want me to do that.
Tell me, and I'll say it.
The other thing that's
I'm not going to ask you what the complaint was. I just want to know who complained.
A North Jersey football coach complained.
It had to be my guy, Greg Russo, right? 'Cause for him to say you don't want to know.
By the way, why isn't Russo playing Monsignor Farrell?
We're trying. We're working it out.
Lock it up.
We're working it out. We're working it out.
It is interesting. One of the themes, there's a lot of happy coaches in the room. And Danny understands this, too, that he can't make everybody 100% happy.
Yeah.
And he even said, I expect everybody to look at their schedule and think, oh, it'd be perfect if we didn't have that one game. And I've heard from some coaches tonight about, why did we have to play that team?
Look at that guy.
But that's just what happened.
That's it.
That's just what happens. That's the way it goes.
I mean, look at the challenge. That picture right there tells you everything you need to know. This is a huge endeavor, and on a whole, Dan Vivino does an incredible job, because if I was doing this, they would literally throw me off a bridge. I mean, I would have some of the worst matchups going, but this guy, on a whole, it's amazing.
Oh, it's unbelievable. It really is.
All right, so I got a couple, though, that I think are a little smidge harder than others. The first one that's a little hard. First of all, Bergen Catholic with 3 killers out of state to open the season. Good for them, but that is a tough opening stretch to open the season. St. Joe's Philly, in week 2.
5-5 a year ago.
Yeah, but they're still power. They're still good.
They are.
They're still good. They're still good. Going to Central Catholic out in Pittsburgh. Central Catholic.
Dan Marino's not there anymore.
They got 2 offensive linemen, one going to Notre Dame, one Alabama Auburn recruit. So they're going to be good.
2 of those 3 will be in the transfer portal 2 years from now. Go ahead.
I mean, Bergen Catholic's got more recruits than Duncan's got donuts. What are we worried about here?
All right, so then Ramapo.
Put it up.
Ramapo now.
Oh,
there's Bergen Catholic. They got the 3 for Bergen Catholic. The 3 killers to start. Ramapo is another one that caught my. All right, we'll go to Irvington. All right,
here's Ramapo. Deal Ramapo. Week 1. Look at this.
That is a killer stretch at the end of the season.
Who's the quarterback for Ramapo?
I think there are lots of rumors about who it might be. I'll just say that. Lots of rumors about who it might be.
How long are they going to wait?
Until the semester at his non-public school ends.
When's the semester ends?
Mid-February?
Doesn't the semester end in May?
Trimester.
What's different about this schedule
so
for Ramapo?
For Ramapo, what struck me is they're going to be in a Group 5 playoff team. They're going to be in Group 5 for the playoffs. So now they've got more Group 5s on their schedule than they had last year.
What happened to the records of the opponents, Mike? Who's producing this show?
No. Ramapo was a commercial.
Oh, right.
It was only the records during the show.
So it
Take
struck
it easy.
Who's producing this show?
Because
Vinny,
I'm just saying, you have a lot of decorated programs right there. I mean, right down the line. I mean, these are all great winning records.
So what problem do you have with that? If they're a Group 5 school, they should be playing all.
It's just different. I'm looking for things the way Vivino explained it to me. What's kind of different and what makes it hard. Irvington's got the rough edge here with Shabazz, at East Orange, and at Seton Hall Prep. That's a tough stretch. Hackensack opens up with Ridgewood and Northern Highland. That's a tough stretch. Old Japan closes with Highland and Montville. Now, of every team, all 111 teams, and I don't know if this came up, the team that struck me with the biggest disparity in their schedule from the last cycle to this one is the Montville Mustangs.
Wow.
Because they changed division, and now they're more in a Bergen County league. We'll see what happens. So that was the one thing that it kind of kept popping up when I was scanning. Another one, Chris Helm is a good guy at Nutley. Nutley got a tough schedule. I thought Nutley got a tough schedule.
Never mind me.
Now, so that's Darren's State of the Union. Mike, you don't have as many schedules to break down.
Make a prediction on a schedule.
So you're going to give us what, your schedule of the year?
Man of the year, schedule of the year.
Here it is.
Oh, look at
this. This right now. All right, see that Week 9 game? That Week 9 game is going to be for the 3 seed in the big boy division.
Oh.
I am high on Bowers Green Wave.
On the road at Don Bosco.
They will not come out of the year 0-3 like a year ago, okay? They will split with Gilman and Malvern. They will give St. Joe's a tougher game than expected. They will beat the Pirates. They will beat the Spartans. They will maul the Falcons. They'll get healthy to Bergen, lose by 2 touchdowns, whack Pope John, and then be in a game with Bosco. I'm telling you right now, in the big boy division, Del Barton is the team to watch.
So going to flip that 4-6 to 6-4?
No. Easily 7-3. Easy.
You said they'll split with Malvern.
Right.
That's 1 loss.
Right.
St. Joe's, Montvale, 2 losses.
Right.
And you're saying,
Win.
Okay.
Win.
So you're saying they're going to beat Don Bosco?
I said
they're going to beat Bergen and Bosco.
They're going to lose to Bergen by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, okay. So the swing game is Don Bosco.
No, the swing game is they play well. The swing game is you got to win one of the first 2.
Right, but I'm just saying that we've already had them for 3 losses by the time we get to that Bergen game, the Bosco game.
Correct.
So that's the
7-3. So the swing game is Week 9.
Okay, good.
Get out of here.
I like it, Mike.
Hey,
Darren?
That's a big prediction about DePaul. It's an interesting nugget because Del Barton has given DePaul fits the last 2 years.
With DePaul, look, Nick's a wonderful coach. But when you lose a 4-year starter, I don't care how good this sophomore is supposed to be, and I think their backup is really good too. I just think that you are going to have an adjustment this year. That kid was special. Zamet was special. He was special.
Will I see you at any wrestling?
Oh, I'd love to come. When do you want me to come?
Yeah,
tomorrow.
We have some great ones. Check out this schedule we got. This is all in the next week, by the way. The next 10 days, I should say. The next 10 days are wall-to-wall wrestling on the Super Football Conference Network, brought to you by Alliance Performance. This is tomorrow night. Paramus Catholic at Bergen Catholic, 2 top teams. Wrestling has a 15-team poll. Paramus Catholic is 7, Bergen Catholic is 6. How about Faith Christian? They're number 2 in the country, okay? Taking on Del Barton, who's number 7 in the country. But, oh, by the way, Del Barton in that top 15, number 1. Blair Academy is number 3 in the country. St. Peter's Prep is number 3 in the top 15 New Jersey poll, and also number 26 in the country. And then, forget about it. Bergen, St. Joe's, the defending overall champ, team champ, which was big news last year, Darren Cooper. St. Joe's 19th in the country, 4 in New Jersey, taking on Bergen Catholic, who he's mentioned number 6. We are going to wrestling here on the Super Football Conference Network. It's very exciting.
I will be there, actually. I already know I'm going to Bergen Joe's on the 24th. I already know.
See
I will
that?
be there.
Do you root during wrestling like you do in football?
Do I do what?
Not you, Jimmy.
Do I root?
Yeah.
Why not?
You root for St. Joe's against Bergen?
By the way, I don't know about you, Darren, but my life, I've been covering wrestling as an announcer. I still can't figure it out. Okay? This is a sport where you can pick a guy up over your head, slam him to the ground, okay, and there's no points.
But the crowd goes nuts, right?
And then there's at times where there's 2 guys locked up on the mat, and all the guy will do, one guy will go like this, with his legs, and the guy will go, 3 points. I'm like, hey, I can't figure it out.
Enjoy tomorrow.
I know. It'll be fun. Tomorrow night at Bergen, Paramus Catholic.
Thanks some sponsors.
John Piela's got 199 wins. Great wrestler in his days at Bergen Catholic. We'll see. Hey, listen, it was a wild night here. It's been a great season. The Super Football Conference Network, we get so much support from everybody. We want to thank all of our sponsors who have helped us along the way, including tonight, Game Breaker, Perry Weather, Where's the producer? There he is. Snap, Mascot Media, Perform Better, Duncan, Lucan, Huddle, Teachers Insurance, Plymouth Rock, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield, and oh, by the way, the New York Jets, who, by the way, great job on the Man of the Year. They got those Super Bowl tickets for Super Bowl 60. How about that, boys? How about our young Man of the Year going to the Super Bowl in San Francisco? The Jets offering up 2 tickets.
It's a big deal. And tip your hat to the Jets. It's going to be, that's a great moment for those kids. A great moment, great chance, great opportunity for those kids.
And a big shout out to the House of Q. This is the first time I've ever been to the American Dream Mall.
I thought you're kidding, really?
Never been. No. First of all, it's gigantic.
By the way, you need like 3 days to go.
I thought you were going to say you own the place. I mean, the House of Q, it rings a bell.
Show this again, Ben.
Did you get to the theme park yet? The Nickelodeon World?
Camera 4, Ben. This place is
while we're here, we should go skiing.
Camera 4, Ben. I mean, it's thinned out a little bit, but this is someplace. In this House of Q, everybody here tonight, the bartenders, the waiters, the waitresses, they've been terrific. So I thought you did a great job, man.
It was a lot of fun. 111 teams in the books. We'll see you for the wrestling. Congratulations to Anthony Greco. I hope Greco is like a 49ers or a Bills fan or a Seahawks fan, and his team gets the Super Bowl because he's heading to San Francisco as Anthony Greco. You know why you're going, Anthony? It wasn't because you were lucky. It wasn't because they picked your name out of a hat. It's because you earned it, man.
Oh, you know what? You're right. That was really good. We forgot the broadcast schedule. Let's hit it fast.
Oh, the broadcast schedule. Hey, we're going to do about 40 games next year. It's going to start with the Jim Grasso Kickoff Classic at Northern Highlands. So you're going to see 4 games right there. Indian Hills, Park Ridge, BCTI, North Burlington, Westwood, Manasquan. We'll just fly through this schedule.
And other than Del Barton, I think Northern Highlands has the greatest facility in the Super Football.
Hey, we're like 99%.
Go, week 1.
You see week 1. I mean, come on. Brown Bowl to Van Darren, I'm sure we'll be there for that one. St. John's, D.C. and St. Joe's, Malvern and Del Barton's. Seton Hall Prep at DePaul. Rolling on week number 2. Public flex games. Thursday. Jewish holiday. The New York versus New Jersey games. We saw a lot of those on the schedules. Del Barton, SJR. Woo-wee. St. Joe's Philly versus Bergen Catholic. Gotta love that one. Additional games. Bergen St. Peter's. Highlands Ramapo. Moscow Bergen. Wayne Valley, Wayne Hills. The Battle of Wayne. Moscow Peters. The Ivy League Championship. Hey, we're going to have many more. DePaul Paramus Catholic. More flex games. This is just a taste of what you're going to see next year from the Super Football Conference Network. Hey, Doug Phillips and his guys have done an unbelievable job. They continue to roll on here. The great people at Alliance, all the sponsors, Darren Cooper, Mike Quick, 111 teams. That's your crew. Go ahead. You're one of them now. You joined the Clifton crew.
The camera people. We rode these people hard tonight. Some of these high school kids became juniors in college the way I yelled at them tonight. But if you ain't moving forward, you ain't getting better.
Anybody on this crew who Mike Quick yelled at, I would just like to say one thing.
Welcome to the club.
Welcome to my world. Welcome to Gene Golden's world. That's an inside joke. Hey, it's all about love. It's all about love. Hey, we'll see you next time. We'll see you tomorrow night. Bergen Catholic, Paramus Catholic Wrestling, 7 p.m. Great job by everybody. The 2026 Super Football Conference schedule is out there, baby. Time to grip it on those workouts. Now you know the who, the where, and the when of your football season. We'll see you tomorrow night.
When the game is on the line, you need a team that knows strength, recovery, and performance. At Alliance Orthopedics, we keep athletes moving. Stronger, faster, and better every day. For every parent, for every athlete, Alliance Orthopedics. Better every day.